Quasi here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact process of how I set my goals in a manner that actually allows me to achieve them year after year, month after month. And by the end of this video, you're going to get the exact 4-step method of how I set my goals and really how to structure them and all the details that you need to be able to achieve yours as well. So make sure you stick around to the very end of this video. So before I get started, I want to quickly announce that I'm doing a free giveaway of my book, Life Mastery. If you want to enroll into a competition to win this book for completely free at the end of the week, just comment Life Mastery down below. Every single Friday, we'll be picking one lucky winner to get this book for free in the ebook format. Now, I'm super excited to announce as well that spots have opened up on my calendar for the free one-to-one consult with me. Wait till the end of the video for the announcement on how to sign up for that. And with that, let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually set goals. But before I even get to the how-to, I really want you to understand the principle behind setting a goal. Because if you don't understand this, it's not going to work for you. And why I say that is because I learned the hard way that all of these techniques and all these quick fixes you're seeking, they're not serving you, right? Because the internal shift isn't happening. You're just looking for some external thing to fix a problem that's internal. So understand that, principles are much more powerful than techniques. And if you understand principles, you can make techniques of your own. Right? If you look at successful people, they come up with goal setting and their methods and their ways on their own because they know these subtle principles that make it work. And when you understand those subtle principles, you can make innovation. But before I get distracted, let's get started with this video. So first of all, I want you to understand that goals are a guideline, okay? So goals are a guideline, but people, what happens is they get too stipulated with these goals. They think that, I set a goal to do a $5,000 day in my trading, but that didn't happen. Shit. Well, I failed my goal. And then they beat themselves up. They start doubting themselves of whether the process works or not. They start questioning themselves. And again, they move one step forward, one step back, right? This isn't serving you. When you make a decision to move forward, you stay and stick with it until it happens. That's focus, following one course until success, right? So the second thing that brings me to is most people fail with achieving their goals due to attachment to them. What do I mean by that? Well, let me give you an example. I had an entrepreneur friend who messaged me. He was like, dude, I know you specialize in this and goal achievement, and I see you're crushing your goals month after month. What gives? I've been having the same goal to do a 30K month in my business, but it hasn't happened. I always hit 20K, 25K, but I never get to 30K. What's going on? And, that's why I've just given up on setting goals anyways, right? And I told him, well, you're thinking about this the wrong way. Don't give up on the goal just because you don't achieve it, right? Stick to it. But the problem is you're getting too attached to this 30K a month goal, right? I'm also going to talk about this later and why I think that his goal setting was actually too low. He was actually setting too little goals. Right? Grant Cardone has a great book on this. It's called The 10X Rule, where he talks about how you should always 10X your goals because it's great to come short when you aim for the stars. It's great to land on the moon if you aim for the stars rather than aiming for the moon and ending up at the sky, right? So you're always going to shortcome your goals. And why I say that is because last year I had a goal to get to 100K subs, right? But I only got to 80K, only. But beginning of the year, I had 1,000 subscribers, maybe on my channel. So I went from 1,000 to 80,000. It took me 2 years to come to 1,000. And what I saw was that other people were in the same position I was. They also had maybe 1,000 subscribers, but they were aiming for 2,000 by the end of the year, right? But then they got to 1,500. I aimed for 100,000 and I went to 80K. So this shows you the power of having really larger than life goals. Because when you have larger than life goals, you unleash the genius within you that just propels you towards that goal. And you're always going to come short on it. That's why whenever you set goals, make sure you set them big. I'm going to talk more about that later, but for now, I want you to understand most fail to achieve their goals because they forget, first of all, that goals are just guidelines, that it's just supposed to keep you on track. It doesn't matter whether or not you actually achieve the goal itself, but it's supposed to keep you on track. Now, the second thing is they get attached to this goal. What I mean by that is, I need to make this 30K a month. If I don't, I'm going to abandon it. And then they beat themselves up when they don't, right? I've had the goal of doing 100K months for a long time, but I've been doing 80K a month. But then I realized I was aiming too low, right? I should be aiming for 200K months. I should be doing that, because then I'll come short on the 200K months and then maybe make 150K, 160K, right? So that's what I'm doing now. So now you see the power of not getting attached to the goals, but rather having them as a guideline. If I don't achieve them next month, no problem. I'm still going to stick to them. Until it happens, I'm going to stick to it, right? And what you also got to understand, brings me to the third point, is move with intention without attachment. This is key. I can't underemphasize how key this is. Okay? When you move with intention, that means you're not attached to getting a result. If it happens, great. If not, no problem. That's what intention is. Intention is moving, it's just going to the post box and taking the mail without thinking about, oh no, what if I can't move my hand to take it? Right? That's stupid. What if I can't move my arm to take the post out of the mail? So you want to move with intention without getting attached to it. When you get attached to it, what's happening is your importance level is too high. This goal has too much meaning to you. So now it's actually controlling you. It's kind of like this. You'll see that in an interaction between a really high value person and a low value person. Let's say a lower value person, okay, for politeness. So let's say you have a celebrity and someone who's not a celebrity but a fan, a raving fan. And the raving fan approaches the celebrity and is like, oh my God, I love you, etc., etc. For him, this celebrity is great, right? So every single word the celebrity says, he's going to just hang on to every single word. But for the celebrity, it's like, oh, it's just a fan. You know, it's not too important to me. There's not enough importance to this. So the person who cares the least in an interaction starts to control that interaction. So now this fan will be a puppet to the celebrity's every single word, right? Kind of like when a desperate guy, really looks up to this girl and wants her attention. She can do anything and say anything and he'll do it, right? So what I mean to say by this is that when you care the least, when you have the least importance, you automatically gain control over events. He who cares the least always can control the most. It's crazy. When you surrender, you actually gain control. It's counterintuitive, but it makes sense. Because if you look at it that way, it's just when the attachment is out, this thing no longer runs you, but you gain the power to run it. So I want you to remember that as well. So now let's get to the 4 keys and the step-by-step on how I actually set my goals. So first of all, how I do this is you have to learn to set, first of all, a longer term goal, which is your yearly goal, and then break them down into the months, okay? This is what I've found to be the most effective for me. Now, why I do this is because what most people do is they just hang on to like the next day. Oh, what am I going to do tomorrow? And then they plan every single day out as it goes. But I already have my days planned out months in advance, right? Because I know what I want to achieve, and if I'm on track to achieving that, I need to know what to do. At first, it's going to be difficult because you're not used to planning your life out like that. There's going to be a lot of adjustments, right? So it's okay to make these adjustments, but understand that this is a guideline. This is you being on track to achieving that. Kind of like when businesses have forecasters. When I started to use a forecaster for my business, I started to stay on track to achieving my goals, right? So that's what you got to understand. The tracker is just a guideline. The daily activities, the monthly activities, the yearly activities, the goals, they're just guidelines for you to achieve that ultimate goal that you have, the final slide, the final vision that you have for your life, okay? Number 2, what I found to be super effective is to only have up to 5 categories or types of goals, okay? I would say 4 to 5 is the ideal. If you go more than that, you spread yourself way too thin. If you can have just one goal, even better, right? But also that one goal gives you too much attachment. If you can learn to have one goal without getting too attached to it, you're great. That's the sweet spot to be at. So break your goals down into 4 to 5 categories, have the highest priority and the lowest priority, okay? And then you're gonna see how you move more and more towards that high priority goal, right? So I'm gonna give you an example of some of my goals. So these are my goals for 2020, and you'll see that the types I have are business, wealth, relationship, health. That's it. So those are the 4 types. Now, what I also want you to do is make a sheet and have 3 columns, just like I have here. Right? I have 3 columns. First of all, there's the type of goal. So number 1, type. So this is, again, is it business? Is it wealth? Is it health? Is it fitness? Is it family? What is it? What goal do you have on it? Okay, number 1. Number 2, it's the goal itself. What is the goal? Oh, for business, Quasi wants to make 300K per month this year. Okay, he wants to make 3.6 million a year. That's his goal. Oh, for business, his goal is to have 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's the goal. Now, this is the key part, okay? The 3rd column is the process. Now, let me explain to you why that's important. There's a lot of misconception out there about, oh, you shouldn't have the process. You should just leave it up to the universe. But that's really silly to think about. You've got to learn to harmonize the mind with the heart. Heart has the goal, but the mind needs a process to really believe that this goal is achievable. We're doing every single thing necessary for you to get into complete alignment, okay? So if you sort of just leave it up to the universe and you can't believe that it will be achieved, you've got to give yourself a process in place. It doesn't matter what it is. To give you an example, my business goal is, let's say, getting to 300,000 subscribers, right? And my process that I have in place to get to that is, make 2 engaging videos every single week. Okay, no matter what, I'm going to make 2 engaging videos every single week on Thursdays and Sundays. That's the process that I know now. It could evolve, it could upgrade, it could change. That's okay. But this is the process that I know now. So that is what's important, right? The process has changed for me over and over and over. When I first started off, it was making 1 video a week. Then I went up to 2 videos a week when I was having maybe 500 subscribers. Then when I went to 5,000 subscribers, it was 7 videos a week, let's do it. And then I went back down again to 3 videos, to 2 videos. So this process always changes based on the guidelines that you have, based on the goals you have. So again, the process also is what you know to be true right now. It doesn't matter what you don't know. Whatever it is you do know, you put that down. I know that if I make 2 videos, I'm going to get to 300K subscribers. It's going to happen somehow. Okay, I don't need to do any more than that. So that's the process. Okay, for every single one of these categories and types you have, write down a goal, write down a process. It could be more than 1 goal. For business, I could have 3 goals. I want to get to 300K months. I want to have 300,000 subscribers, and I want to have 500 satisfied clients for the Reality Mastery Program, right? And this is the final key point, okay? This is absolutely crucial. You want to do an end-of-term review. Now, why do I say this? Well, an end-of-term review is where you learn to iterate on the goal, on the process itself, right? So at the end of the month, you do a review. So by the way, for these 3 columns, you want to have a monthly goal and a yearly goal as well. It's key. So what I've done here are my yearly goals by January 1st, 2020, right? So those are my yearly goals. I have a type of goal, I have the goal itself, and I have the process to achieving the goal. For the month as well, end of the month, what do I want to achieve? Have a type, have a goal, have a process. Make sure you set your goals to be larger than what you would actually like to be achieving, what you'd be satisfied to achieving, right? You want to 10x or at least 3 to 5x it. You don't want to make it too big that you don't even believe in it, but not too little that you come short on them, okay? Find that sweet spot. So yeah, set the monthly goal, set the yearly goal. At the end of the month, you want to come back, look at the goals, review them. What went well this month? What could I have done better? What am I going to improve on? Right? So those 3 questions are key. What went well? What could have been better? And number 3, what am I going to improve on next month? What am I going to do next month? What's the goal, the process for next month or next year? Right? Improve on. So So this is where you're going to see the process changing and the goal being adjusted. Okay, so what you got to know is that the final goal that you have, the very, very long-term goal that you have, me and my mansion in California, waking up next to my wife and having my beautiful red, well, it used to be a Ferrari, but now it's a Tesla, and having a revolutionary coaching business, transforming lives and making an impact, that stays the same. That's that longer term goal, right? But the thing is, I had that goal before I even had a business, right? Before I even had this YouTube channel before I even had this YouTube channel, I had that goal. I'm still running the same slide in my mind every single day. Back then it wasn't believable, but as I'm moving forward towards this goal, I see more and more that this is believable. This is 100% doable. It's becoming more and more conviction in my mind right now. That's why this forward movement is getting exacerbated. That's why I want you to set these goals. This is straight from the Reality Mastery Program, by the way. So I really want you to pay attention to this and actually apply this in your life. I promise you, if you do this for the next 6 months, you're going to see crazy changes happening in your life, okay? And why the review is the most important part is because it shows you if you're on track to achieving them or you're slacking off, okay? And with that, I conclude this video. I sincerely hope this was helpful, and I'm just going to do a quick recap of it so it makes sense. Before we go to the actual how-tos, we talked about why you need to set goals and what they actually are, how to set them, and what the biggest misconception is nowadays. People set goals and they forget that they're just guidelines. Okay, they're just guidelines. It doesn't matter if you don't achieve them. It's okay. Don't get too attached to them. If you don't achieve your monthly goals, you retreat back to the yearly goals. Oh, well, I didn't achieve my 100K month. Well, I'm still on track. Somehow the 300K month is going to happen. Okay, don't worry about that. So the less you get to attachment, the more you can move forward towards that goal. So remember to move with intention, wanting, intending without needing. Kind of like going to the post box and taking the mail, right? And without attachment. Having your importance level low. Because when your importance is low, you gain control over your life. Okay? It starts to become more and more of a game rather than, oh no, do or die, right? So next, we talked about the 4 keys and the step-by-steps of how I actually set goals and in a way to achieve them. Number 1, set yearly goals and then break them down into months. Okay, well, if I want to achieve a $3.6 million year, then I need to achieve 300K per month and I need to get this many subscribers at XYZ, right? Keeping yourself on track. Number 2, have categories and no more than 5 categories of goals. Health, wealth, relationship, business, career, whatever it may be. Number 3, make a sheet, a blank, A4 paper with 3 columns in there. Type, goal, and the actual process to achieving this goal. Process is, what do I know now? Okay, what is the best to my knowledge now? You can't put down what you don't know. Back then I knew making 2 YouTube videos. Oh, but then I learned about doing SEO. So I'm going to put down process, do key SEO, keywords with your videos. Oh, do this process for my funnel in my business. Oh, set up this Facebook ad, whatever it may be. Number 4, an end of the term review. So come to the end of the month, do a review, and at the end of the year, do a review. And with that, I conclude this video. I sincerely hope this was helpful. If you like this content, you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And also, I'm super excited to announce that the free one-to-one consult, the spots for it, have opened up for the Reality Mastery Program. Now, if you don't know what the Reality Mastery Program is, it's the most powerful way of completely transforming your life, your business, your career. Why do I say that? Well, I've seen that in every single area of my life. It didn't matter what I did, but rather who I became. Once I became, the doingness naturally followed. It goes from being to doing to having. Once you become, the doingness will follow, and then the havingness will come as a result, right? So it's like tipping the domino. And every single area of my life ameliorated, literally 10x'd, all as a result of what I became. When I became worthy of the 20K a month, the 20K a month became my neutral. When I became worthy of the 80K a month, the 80K a month became my neutral. And I started consistently doing it every single month in my business. When I became worthy of the partner came into my life. Right? When I became worthy of the body, I started to get that at the gym consistently. So every single area of my life consistently manifested for me, all as a result of who I became. And we're helping our clients do this in their lives every single day. So if you're serious about working together, you see the value in having a coach. Let's say you're an entrepreneur, you're a professional, looking to transition out, start up your own business, or maybe you're a high performer, a creative, looking to get aligned and get better results in your work, then this is definitely for you. So make sure you take this opportunity, sign up for the free one-to-one consult with me, and let's see if we're a good fit to work together. And also, I'm excited to announce that the free Facebook group is also open for you to join. You can take advantage of that opportunity right now, and I hope I see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.